Welcome back, beautiful brave hearts. It's Lorraine here, and I have Sandra, and we are back here with the Perfect Day Lifestyle and Nutrition live Q&A. So get your questions ready.
Hello, Bravehearts. We're coming at you one more time. We are the dynamic duo behind the Doc of Detox. We're happy to be here. I've had a little bit of caffeine, people, so I'm raring to go. So, Lorraine, you do your clickety clack, and then I'll have to go off screen for just about 2 minutes. So, you'll have to just take the helm for just a second.
Okay.
But we're happy to talk to you guys about the DACA Detox products and how that can help you step into that Braveheart position in your life.
There we go. There it is. So the Perfect Day Lifestyle and Nutrition live Q&A. And I'm here in Stuart, Florida. I had to think for a minute. And Sandra is up in Kelowna, BC. And well, actually, we're both in San Francisco. You can see the beautiful bridge behind us. I'm on one end and she's on the other.
That's right. And then we're going to go for coffee afterwards together.
We'll find a spot. Non-caffeinated. No, we'll go for the mushroom elixir. Whoops, sorry. Flick through fast. Okay, so we have the DACA Detox World Healing and Training Retreat, the 5-star DACA Detox World Healing and Training Retreat in Ixtapa, Zihuatanejo, Mexico. Come stay, come play, come heal, come train, come, I can't see, thrive. And the ultimate healing guide. You can download this beautiful book of Dr. Wolf's 40 plus years of his life in treating people to help them get healthy. And he has put his everything that he knows into this book. This is a book that should be on absolutely everybody's counter to be going through. And you're going to get those sticky things. If you have the physical book, get the sticky things so you can stick them on the corner so that you can flip to that page, because Johnny gets earaches quite often. And now you know what to do with earaches. And if you learn about the lifestyle, you'll know that the earaches are because of the not so great stuff that Johnny's been eating that's causing inflammation in his body. So this is an amazing book to have to go through so that you can be the practitioner for yourself first and then for your family. So go to pdgfree.com and download the Perfect Day Lifestyle, the ultimate healing guide. And if you're like me and you like to have a hard copy, you can get your hard copy by going to docofdetox.com /store and pick products, and then you can search out the Perfect Day Lifestyle. So the 5-star healing and training retreat worldwide in Ixtapa, Zihuatanejo, Mexico. This is where you can come, or you can bring your entire family if you wanted, or maybe you've got a group of people, maybe you and your friends, or maybe it's you and your colleagues want to come and learn what this is all about, learn about how to create that perfect day, so that you can create that perfect lifestyle. Or maybe you're somebody who's got some dis-ease going on in the body, and you need to get out of where the disease started and actually put yourself somewhere where you're going to get pampered and regime created specific for you to regain your health. That is another reason why you'd want to be going to the 5-star healing and training retreat worldwide. And it is beautiful. It has all the energy medicine that you can be using. You can get Wolf non-surgical treatment there. You can learn about the perfect day lifestyle. You can take your time and really spend some quality time either with yourself healing or with your family learning, or maybe you just want to come down and relax and just have everything catered for you in a very organic, holistic way. This is the place to come. Any comments, Sandra?
Yeah, I'm really feeling like I need a trip to Mexico. I'm really missing that chill vibe, the coconut water, the really high quality juicing, and time just to enjoy all the energy medicines of that they've got down there. So yeah, everybody, you need to experience it. You need to give yourself this favor. You need to give yourself time to get away, and so that you can completely reconnect with who you truly are. We can let the busyness of the day, or sometimes even just the humdrum of the day, let us disconnect, because that's what, unfortunately, that's, I think, what's happened is that we got lured into disconnecting ourselves so much and for so long. Now we need to work at reconnecting that spirit. And I think in the beautiful DoD 5-star retreat is a perfect place to pull that off.
And if you wanted to go there, then you'd need to give Dr. Wolf a call. Whoops, I keep pushing the wrong button here. There we go. There we go. DoD 5-star healing and training. Come to us, or Dr. Sage Wolf will come to you worldwide. And I was just speaking to Dr. Sage Wolf, and he is headed back to Mexico for a little bit just to pack a bigger suitcase. And then he is flying off, and he is in about 5 different areas in the next 3 months. He is just going guns here. So definitely, if you want him to come to your clinic to teach your clinic, or your family to teach your family, this is what he's doing. Or you could go down to the DoD 5-star healing and training, the ultimate healing experience. And it really is. There is nothing more. There's nothing more you could be adding to your healing journey. That's what I'm getting at. It is all there, right for you at your fingertips, so that you can create a real life journey and learn and love your body back to health. Build that spirit so the spirit can heal the body.
Yeah. And you know what? I think everyone needs to meet Dr. Sage Wolf, and he's usually teaching the course, or he's doing these private personal treatment and trainings. You know, he's a rock star all in his own right. Definitely has that knowledge and that vibe and that willingness to keep going to help people. But Dr. Sage Wolf is his own cat, and he is really interesting, and we learn different things than we learned from Dr. Durwolf because he's his own person. So I really encourage everyone to reach out, to get down to the PTT, and to get to know Dr. Sage Wolf. He's a really interesting and still a young guy. I think he's still under 30, and absolutely an amazing individual. The people that come and take the Wolf non-surgical, you know, just fall in love with him just as much as they fall in love with Daryl. And so yeah, we really love Dr. Sage Wolf here in the world of DACA Detox.
Yeah, yeah. So definitely, if you wanted him to come and train you anywhere in the world, or you wanted to go to Ixtapa, Zihuatanejo, You would call, if you're going to Ixtapa Zihuatanejo, you want to call Dr. Daryl Wolf, and that would be 1-855-900-4544, extension 5. Actually, to book Dr. Sage, it would be the same thing. And, or you could use the US Direct on WhatsApp, 1-469-861-9454. And then just to let all you Canadians know, Dr. Sage Wolf is going to be in the Toronto area, well, in Toronto. So if you're in the Toronto area and you are looking for some great non-surgical, Wolf non-surgical, you better get calling, because from what I understand, he doesn't have too many slots left. He's going to be there from July the 22nd till August the 4th. So space is limited. You know, if you want that non-surgical or the thermography or cell sonic or a consultation, you better get calling him. And his number is 1-250-801-5673. And then we have the Australia lectures coming up. And there we go. You can see them. I can't. And Sandra, I can't hear you.
There we go. All right. Too many buttons today. Yay. Okay, we got her now. Thank you. So the Australian lectures, Let's Heal Yourself and Heal Your Family in Sydney, Thursday, July 18th. That's an evening, 6:30 to 9. A Day with the Doc in Melbourne, Sunday, July 21st, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Then to Brisbane for an evening lecture, Saturday, July 27th. And Byron Bay for A Day with the Doc, and that's July 28th. And then an evening lecture in Coffs Harbour, July 31st. And then I think we've got the New Zealand. Do we have the next one for the New Zealand?
Yeah, New Zealand.
Okay.
And again, I can't read it.
Okay, it still says Australia, so just keep flicking down to the right
There you
page.
go.
There we go. All right, New Zealand lectures. We've got a few pages here. I think it's saying Australia again, left. New Zealand, Day with the Doc, Auckland, Saturday, August 17th, and that's 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Then still in Auckland, but an evening lecture, 3 to 7 p.m. That's the same day, Saturday, 17th. Then 18th, this Sunday in Hamilton, A Day with the Doc, so 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Next slide then, love. Heal Yourself and Heal Your Family in, oh, we're going to have to learn how to say these names in New Zealand. Toronto. Yeah, it's very close to Toronto. I'll have to figure that one out. Sorry about everyone that in New Zealand. We'll figure out how to say that properly. Sunday, August 18th, an evening lecture, 3 p.m. to 7. Then, Twapo. Sorry about this, everyone. Day with the Doc, August 19th, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. We'll get in contact with our practitioners from down under and they can teach us how to say these names properly. We don't want to be insulting anybody. Monday, August 19th in Napier, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. And then let's see, I think we've got one more slide there, Lorraine. A Day with the Doc, Palmerston North, Tuesday, August 20th. And then an evening lecture, Taranaki, Tuesday, August 20th, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. And then there's another slide yet. Day with the Doc, Wellington, Wednesday, August 21st, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. And then same day, Wellington, in evening lecture, Heal Yourself, Heal Your Family, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Perfect. Okay.
And then our 2024 course dates, we've got the Pelvic Restoration and Disease Prevention Masterclass starting on Friday, the 28th. And then after that, we are in Australia. And I'm gonna just bring this up on my phone so I can read it because I can't read it.
Okay, Coffs Harbour dates in Australia start August 7th to 15th for the Whole Life Coach. Wolf Non-Surgical is August 17th to 28th. Pelvic Restoration, April 30th to September 1st. And then Extapa Mexico for I think the last course in 2024, October 9th to October 17th for the Whole Life Coach. October 19th to the 30th for the Wolf Non-Surgical, and then the Pelvic Restoration, November 1st to November 3rd.
And then we'll go to the next slide. Yay, I can see this one. Ta-da. It's not ghosting me. So the cost of all of our courses have come down about 35–40%. So the Whole Life Coach certification is $3,900. The Wolf Non-Surgical certification is $4,900. The New World Practitioner certification, so that's when you take both the Wolf Non-Surgical and the Whole Life Coach, is $8,000. And then the Pelvic Restoration and Disease Prevention Masterclass for women is $1,197. So we have brought the prices down where everybody is bringing their prices up. So, and it's because we want to get people educated so that you can become your own practitioner. So you can become the bright light for yourself first, and then shine that bright light. And let's see who asks you questions and wants to find out how you did that. And you can go to Braveheart Nation to sign up for any of those courses, any of the lectures. So braveheartnation.com or bhnuniversity.com, and either hit on the lectures if you want to sign up for one of the free lectures, or if you're going to sign up for one of the courses, you can just select the place and the time and get yourself signed up.
Right on. Well, we have got lots of master practitioners that are out there cheering us on as usual. Denise Wood says, yes, Sandra, I'll see you in Mexico. Sounds good. Denise, does that mean you're signed up to take the course? Fabulous. Magdalena's out there. Let's see. Michelle Tufton, thank you very much for showing up. And yeah, they are all chiming in. Yeah, Sage is a rock star, says Michelle. And then Susan Reichen, she's been around here longer, I think, than the two of us, probably by about 3 or 4 months. I can vote. Dr. Dara Wolf and Dr. Sage Wolf are both amazing and both totally different styles. So there you go. From the inside group, we love both of them, and they're both very wonderful individuals.
So our 2025 BHN University course dates, we have got Ixtapa, Zihuatanejo, Mexico. The Whole Life Coach starts January the 29th and goes to February the 6th. The Wolf Non-Surgical goes from February the 8th to February 19th. The Pelvic Restoration and Disease Prevention Masterclass for women goes from February the 21st to February the 23rd. And then after that, we are in Kelowna, BC, and the Whole Life Coach starts March 19th and goes to the 27th. The Wolf Non-Surgical starts March the 29th and goes to April 9th. And then I come in for the Pelvic Restoration and Disease Prevention Masterclass, April the 11th to April 13th. And then we are in Florida, and the Whole Life Coach starts April the 2nd till April the 10th. The Wolf Non-Surgical is April the 12th till April 23rd. And then I'll be coming for the Pelvic Restoration and Disease Prevention Masterclass, April 25th to April 27th. And then we're back in Ixtapa, Zihuatanejo, Mexico for the Whole Life Coach, April 30th till May 8th. Wolf Non-Surgical, May 10th to May 21st. Pelvic Restoration and Disease Prevention Masterclass, May 23rd to May 25th. And then the last one for the year is going to be in Ixtapa, Zihuatanejo, Mexico. It will be the Whole Life Coach, October 1st to October 9th. Wolf Non-Surgical, October the 11th to the 22nd, and the Pelvic Restoration and Disease Prevention Masterclass for women only, October the 24th to the 26th. So, you know, we have got lots for you to decide where you want to go. I know we've heard a couple of people saying that they're coming to Mexico. I don't know if it's this year or next year, but you know what? Get yourself educated. You will not regret learning about this stuff. It has changed my life completely. I cannot say enough about it. And if I can do changes at my age, what's stopping you? You know, most people aren't my age that are taking this. There's a few that are. I would say the majority are in their late 30s up to 50 maybe ish. Yeah. So get that computer up, figure out where you're coming, start putting away that money, put your money down, get that down payment to secure your spot.
Yep, absolutely. And give us a call. We can set up, you know, if you need to make a few different payments, we're down with that. We're just fine. So you give us a call and we'll help you out. Sometimes people aren't even sure how to go about and get their passport, right, Lorraine? So just give
That's
us a
right.
call and we'll give you some advice and we'll be there for you along the way to help you out. It's not a problem at all.
And actually, I think we're going to leave this for later. I'm going to go to the other slideshow. So just give me a second here.
Sure. And just on that note, we get so much praise about the product lineup. It is definitely very unique and very worthwhile to send in testimonies for sure. So we'll touch on that just a little bit later. And we'll just give Lorraine a couple seconds to do her clickety clacking.
It's coming.
And there you go, everybody. You can see that we have this mirror image of our background. So we thought that was kind of funny today.
We figured we would be both in San Francisco,
That's right.
at least for while we're doing this.
Yes. All right. Nebulizing. Who has not tried nebulizing just yet? It is wonderful. We need to get the Bright Eyes nanofulvic, maybe mix in some silver bullet solution, and then alternate that with the infinite iodine. Who doesn't need this in your tissues? Who doesn't need it in through your nasal passages? It's going to get into the brain too. It's going to help in the eyes. And so this is a pretty strong, gentle and yet strong protocol. I'll let you just chat about it, and then maybe I'll share stuff about my dad again, love.
Okay. So yeah, for any time that you have the chance to nebulize, it actually gets deeper into the body, right? If you're taking it, dropping the eyes, dropping the drops in your eyes, or I mean, it just goes in the eyes, right? And most of it you cry out, but but this you take in, and the particles are really, really, really tiny, and they are going into the sinus cavity. So like Sandra said, it's going to help your brain, it's going to help your eyes, it's going to help your ears. And then it's going down into the lungs. And that helps absolutely everything, because from the lungs, it can go into the bloodstream and delivered wherever it needs to be delivered to. And we know that anything that doesn't have to go through the digestion actually works better. So when you can do the nebulizing, and there's a few things you can be nebulizing. You can nebulize the fulvic nano drops all on their own. Or if you wanted, you can nebulize it 50-50 with the silver solution. Or you could nebulize the silver solution all on its own. or you can nebulize infinite iodine. And now infinite iodine, either you're going to mix it one part, like if you're just starting with it, you might want to start with 1 part infinite iodine to 2 parts distilled water. And once you get used to that, you can go straight to just the iodine. But a lot of people like to kind of work their way up to doing straight iodine. And then if you have the ionic calcium, you can nebulize it. So if you want to put more bang in what you're taking, if you can nebulize it, that is a really great way to take it. It's kind of like when we take nutraceuticals from the bottom up, right? Again, no going through the digestion.
Absolutely. So my personal story that I really love to share about nebulizing kind of starts at the beginning of COVID, and my father, who was, I do believe, 37 when I was born. So he was a senior citizen, right, in a personal care home. And I was just fresh out of taking my first course, and I flew home to see him and packed a nebulizer, the Bright Eyes, the Silver Bullet solution, and I do believe we had infinite iodine then too, but maybe not in the very beginning. And I showed dad how to be doing this because he was always buying those machines that would clean out his sinuses, right? The ones that you put up and that filters the salt water through. Okay, so that would clear out the sinuses for sure. And of course, he was old enough that he was in a personal care home, so I wasn't going to change what he was going to be eating, right? So I couldn't change the fact that he was eating things that were going to be inflammatory. But I showed him how to do this. And then just due to just difficulties in communicating with his dementia and things like that. But sooner, finally, about 3 months down the road, I finally got through to him. He said, "Oh, no, Sandra, I don't talk about that anymore because I'm not doing it anymore. I don't need it." Right. And so then along comes COVID, and, everybody's lungs are challenged, and the senior citizens with, extremely poor health to start with are sick. And then get some feedback from the ladies in the personal care home. We don't know why your father did so well during COVID. I just smiled to myself. I thought, well, I do. I got his lungs in really good condition with the nebulizing, right? And then the last few days of his life, when he was in so much pain, he had some growth coming out of his ear, and it was growing in a rapid pace and also growing into the brain, of course, right? So then they just were doing their best. They were keeping his pain managed. So that was slowly shutting his body down, right? So he was simply laying in bed for the last 4 or 5 days of his life. And so he would start to rattle, and it would just sound like it was in his throat. And so I would start up the nebulizer. We would do one round of just fulvic and Silver Bullet, and then another round of straight iodine. And I might have to do it a couple of times, but it would clear it up. It would break those things down that were trying to accumulate in his throat. And he wasn't coughing, of course. It was just nice and gentle, just breaking it up. And so, I knew that there wasn't any turning back the clock. I knew there wasn't any saving my dad. But I just could tell by the way it was starting to fill up in the throat that we didn't want to go there. I didn't want to watch my dad have to choke to death, right? So the nebulizing really saved his butt, and or saved him from having that experience. And when it came time to his death, he simply opened his eyes, he looked my brother straight in the eye, and he went. And that was it. So it was a really beautiful experience, and the nebulizing really served him well in those last few days.
Yeah. And anybody looking for a nebulizer, we used to have them at the Doc Detox store. And then I think it was Health Canada that came and decided that we couldn't have them anymore.
Yeah, somebody that they were a medical device that, of course, Amazon still okay to sell them, so whatever.
Yeah, so now if you're looking for one, you can get one of the portable ones, and it probably be, I wouldn't go for the cheap ones that you can find for like $20 or $28 from Japan. I would go for something a little bit more expensive, but making sure that it's a mesh nebulizer. So a mesh nebulizer actually puts out smaller particles. So that's what we want. We want these small particles because small particles go in deeper. And then you can also, so this would be a good one, you know, if you're in a condition, if you have a condition, you should be nebulizing as if you are addicted to it. So I'd have the portable one in my car or maybe on my desk where I'm working or wherever I'm working so that I can take some puffs in the middle of whatever I'm doing. And when I'm home, if you can get one of the more expensive ones, I believe they run just over $100. And the ones that actually plug into the wall, I mean, they're better quality. And obviously better quality means that it's going to last longer and it's going to work better. So that's what I would be doing is sourcing out two. One that I can carry around with me, not so expensive. The other one for my home use.
Yeah, absolutely. And you might have to check back online 2 or 3 times because they run out of stock and then they carry something else. So like Lorraine said, it's definitely would be best to look for the brand name that says mesh on it.
Yeah. Okay, and then we have the Fresh and Clean Mist, which is a fulvic.
It's a nanofulvic.
Yes, it's a fulvic. And it is for under your arms. And it helps to eliminate odor, reduce acidity, eliminate heavy metals, stimulate healing, enhance cellular tone, reduce skin inflammation. It's antibacterial and it detoxifies the lymph. So women and men, if it's puffy underneath your arms, your lymphatic system isn't detoxifying very good. Now, this is definitely going to help, but you know what else would help too would be the clapping, right? So I would be making sure I'm clapping the lymphatic system if it was bulging on either side underneath my arm or any other place, maybe the back of my knees or even in the groin where we've got lymph nodes. You know how when you get a cold, your lymphs underneath here will get swollen? Well, that's where the lymph is toxic. So you could be spraying the Fresh and Clean pretty much anywhere. Doesn't necessarily have to be under your arms. And we also know that when you get yourself on the Perfect Day protocol, you won't be needing anything to eliminate odors because you're not going to be stinking. There'll be no odors coming from any of your orifices.
Wonderful. And the current promotion on in the store right now is called Cultivate Your Garden. So it's quite a bit of the tools, the clapper, I do believe the belly button, the skin brush, the enema bucket, the coffee, and the nanofulvics Fresh and Clean, Beyond Beauty, the Beyond Beauty cream, and one more. Maybe gonna have to call up my notes here, and that's a 30% off sale right now. So these ones are currently going on right now.
Yeah, and that is an amazing sale, 30% off. Who
Yeah.
does that, right? The DACA
Yeah.
Detox does.
That's right. Yep, that's the list. Clapper, dry skin brush, belly button, enema bucket, coffee, Beyond Beauty mist, Fresh and Clean, Beyond Beauty face cream. Those are the items that are on right now. That's going to last until July 7th. And then it's Wednesday. So if someone wants to jump on the store right now and check out what the flash sale is, I do believe it is the children's size
Cards.
yeah.
Cards.
Yeah, there's three colors that are still available. And so check out that flash sale. Go jump on the store right now and check out the Cultivate Your Garden plus the flash sale.
Awesome. Awesome. So our next product is the Pain Away, which is another spray fulvic. And it relieves pain, it eliminates irritation, it detoxifies the lymph, It reduces inflammation. It revives the skin conditions. It treats plant and insect poisons. So if you've got any poison ivy or a bug sting or maybe just mosquito bites, right? Enhances cellular tone and stimulates healing. Pretty much everything that the Fresh and Clean does. But the Fresh and Clean is more, I think, more about the lymphatic system. Yeah.
Yeah, what I like using it for in the very beginning, I was because my abdomen was in such bad condition. I was having lots of low back pain, and that was putting pressure on nerves, so that I was having pain referring down into my leg. And so I would just because I didn't know then, I just called it skin pain. I was just skin, surface skin pain. So I would use the pain away, and that certainly helped to pull those nasties out of the tissues and help get them moving along.
Mm-hmm. And the next one is the Beyond Beauty Mist. So it balances the natural pH of the skin. It reverses facial discoloration. So if you've got any brown marks, a lot of people would call them liver marks. And what's happening on the skin is what's happening in the body. So they probably are liver marks. Who knew? It reduces fine line and aging spots. There you go. It tones and tightens the skin. It reverses skin conditions. It eliminates heavy metals and body odor. It supports the lymphatic detoxification and reduces skin inflammation. So a lot of times when we first get people on board starting the Perfect Day protocol, you can tell by their face. You can tell by their face, they're puffier. They got more rounded face. They don't have a chiseled, chin. So definitely, getting yourself on that perfect day and starting to use some of the products are going to make a world of difference. And this one I absolutely love. I absolutely love. I'm 66, so you bet I am going to do absolutely everything I can to make sure that my skin is as healthy as it can. And I look at other people's, even my hands, they don't look like 66-year-old hands, but I'm using the products.
Yeah, and what a great combination of Beyond Beauty Mist, the Beyond Beauty Cream, the the C60 MCT, and the skin brush, right? Like, let's take things serious. Let's do some skin brushing. Then let's put some of that nano fulvic on, and then top it all off with a nice light little layer of the C60. And then maybe even change it up every other day, C60, and the other day do the Beyond Beauty Cream, right? It's a really nice facial program for yourself.
Yeah, for sure. And if you really wanted to go for it, you get yourself a set of Washa stones and do that.
Wow,
And
there you
then
go.
skin brushing and so on. Yeah. Because you can get a full set and they have a roller and then they have the gua sha stone that kind of looks like a heart, which is amazing for getting up along the chin line here and doing bigger areas. And then the one that I have has a pinpoint one. And then there's a map that I've got that says, you pinpoint here, you pinpoint at the front of the eyebrow over here, in here, right in the glabella here, right in the, I forget what these lines are called, but right here. You do all these little pinpoints too. So there's a lot of cool little things that we can be doing to help reverse the signs of aging.
And you gifted me with a set, so I'm gonna have to dig that back out. Like I said last week, I've got settled in my new place that I'm renting, and so I'm gonna have to make sure I get that out so that I can maybe do the little bit of that on my self-care days, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't go too far without mine. And there's the Beyond Beauty. And I remember talking to Daryl about this, and he said the guy who made this took him years, years. And apparently he got it all together, and then shortly after that he passed away. But we've got this beautiful legacy of his work, and it is an amazing combination of botanicals. And I've had a few people call and say, Lorraine, it's yellow. I said, yeah, it is yellow. What were you expecting? But it is a yellow, and it's not like it's going to change your face yellow. It doesn't change any coloring on your face at all. It feels amazing. It smells amazing. It is just no wonder it took him so long to figure out what botanicals work the best. So it is 100% organic and natural. It restores beautiful skin, and it really does. It increases skin cell rejuvenation. It boosts collagen production, and everybody knows we need that. It's packed with antioxidants because all of those botanicals that are in there, I think if I remember correctly, it's something like 22 or 23 different ones, somewhere around there. It scavenges for free radicals. It reverses skin condition. It detoxifies, moistens, and protects the skin. So a lot of people don't know that sunscreen is not a good thing to be using. We should not be trying to not get sun on our bodies. Our bodies need to be able to have that sun in order for our body to absorb vitamin D. And a lot of people, when they go out in the sun, they immediately put sunglasses on, which is another thing we shouldn't be doing because the eyes have to get that sun first before the skin gets the trigger saying, okay, we can now start absorbing vitamin D. So ruled, schooled, and fooled again, these little things that we don't know, right? Unless you've got the Tesla glasses, that will not inhibit the sun from coming in.
Right. And you know what? I'm just going to back up. The reason why I was saying about the skin and all those products is because I remember when I was in grade 11, grade 12, I was out in the sun and working as a flag person on a road construction crew, right? And so years and years later, I was in Fort McMurray, so it could be a good 10 or 15 years later, I would have people say to me, Sandra, I think you should go to the doctor because your t-shirt zone here is always red. Even like Christmas Day, I would be bright, bright red. So when I got taking that first course with Dr. Dara Wolf, I went home with my skin brush and I started to activate it with the skin brush. And then I would spray it with sometimes I would use Fresh and Clean. I figured they were close to each other. I would use either the Beyond Beauty Mist. Sometimes I would put on the Fresh and Clean. And then I would top it off with the Beyond Beauty because we didn't have the C60 at the time. And you know what? Just those few things that I did of regularly activating it with the skin brush after my shower, and then a little bit of the Nanofulvix, let that soak in, and then putting the Beyond Beauty cream on. And I've not had a red, burning hot looking t-shirt zone ever since. So these products were just wonderful. And all it took was a couple of extra minutes every time I jumped out of the shower.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
And there's the C60, the MCT and the hemp, the miracle molecule. So it is 270 times more powerful than vitamin C. It's the purest and highest concentration of C60, and we know that for a fact. There's a lot of C60 out there that has been it's not a very high quality. And our C60, our MCT 60 is a beautiful pinky color. And a lot of other ones, they're putting in palm oil, yeah, to make it give it that pink color. So you've got to be really careful with your C60. It prevents nerve damage. It's potential to reverse Alzheimer's. Increases energy and improves stamina, reduces inflammation, and super antioxidant. Like It said they're 270 times more powerful than vitamin C as an antioxidant. So anybody who's got any inflammation happening in the body, you need to be on this. It shortens recovery time and decreases joint pain. So anybody who's having any pain in the body, this is an amazing thing to be on. It heightens mental clarity and concentration. It boosts sleep quality and it improves vision and protects the brain. So it's great for the nervous system, the eye health, and the brain. And it is an amazing product to be using on your skin for anti-aging. Now, the guy who invented C60, he actually won a Nobel Prize. And he didn't invent it, he discovered it because C60 is the most active molecule of carbon. And he discovered that it was more of longevity. And part of the problem is as the body gets toxic, our cells don't revolve like they should. They don't have the same number of spins going per second. And one of the things that this does is it puts the right spin on the mitochondria. The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. So when we've got the right spin on it, we are going to age gracefully on all levels. Did you want to add it?
Sure. I personally like taking an eyedropper full of the C60 hemp and an eyedropper full of the MCT in the evening. And I find that's really a nice addition into the body. You're going to get that relaxation off the hemp. And also just the MCT is just going to buffer down that unique taste of the hemp. So that's what I like doing with it. And then when I take time to do my facial regime, I'm putting a little bit of the MCT oil on my face. And just to give everybody an update, I know if everyone was watching the show we did on Monday for the perfect day, I said I was going to go home and do the belly button and put the frankincense and the MCT in my belly button, and I sure did. I had also set up my pelvic expander, so I did that. I did some belly button, and then afterwards I put those components into the belly button, and off to dreamland I went. And I thought, oh, this is so nice, and I used to do this all the time. And then you just get out of your routine and you move here and you move there, and now that I'm a little bit better settled, out come all my tools, and I'm happy to do all my self-care in the evening.
Yay, yay. And it does make a difference, when you can use these powerful nutraceuticals and because they are so pure. Like there's nothing. Dr. Wolf has attracted so many products that have absolutely no downside for taking. There's no fillers, there's no chemicals, there's no emulsifiers. The only thing that's happening is your health is going to get better. That's it. And they're all very high vibrational. And when your body is in a diseased state, it is in a low vibration. So we've got to be able to help push the body back up to that high vibration. And this is one of the beautiful products that, well, all of the products will help because they're all high vibrational. I'll let you take this one away.
All right, sounds good. Ocean essential fatty acids, 400% more absorption than fish oil, increases cardiovascular health, eye health, cognition, brain development, nerve, bone, and joint function, healthy skin, balances hormones. Anybody's got a little bit of brain fog, anyone's got something going on with their neurological system, Ocean essential fatty acids is perfect to get into our bodies. We generally recommend you take them 5 at a time. And if you were only going to take 5 during the day, then why don't you split it up and take 2 in the morning and 3 in the afternoon or something like that. But definitely take them in blocks of 5 for a day. And then if you're going to do that twice than just do 5 in the morning and 5 in the afternoon.
Yeah. I know for when I got to Ixtapa, I was going through quite the challenges. And one of the things Doc said, he said, get on that essential fatty acid. Your fatty acids are way down. Yeah, I started actually to have a tiny bit of a tremor in my hands. And that was my old life. That was my old life. And so he said, bump it up, start taking 10 5 times a day. So that's what I was doing. And wow, what a difference. When we can front end load when you've got a condition, if you want to get out of it, you need to front end load. I mean, not everybody can do it. I will admit that. But if your body can handle it, then I would be experimenting anyways to see if I could do it. Because if you're in that 20-foot hole and we only give you a 10-foot ladder, it doesn't matter how many times you run up the ladder, you're not getting out, right? And yeah, so I was really thankful that he had said that because it helped to bring my nervous system back down. And that was my biggest problem at that point was I had fried everything. And I know if I would have stayed where I was going down and going down hard.
Yeah, fair enough.
Vitamin D3 5, which in our case means 5,000, or D3 50, which in our case means 50,000. So vitamin D3 reduces colds and flus, boosts the immune system, prevents inflammation, supports brain function, improves heart health, supports the nervous system, maintains healthy bones, and aids in weight loss. If vitamin D was discovered today, it wouldn't be called a vitamin. It would be called a hormone modulator because it is used in absolutely every system in the body. And you go to the medical doctors and they'll say, oh, you only need to take 1,000 IUs per day. Well, that's not the way we see it, not even close. I am telling the majority of people to at least, if they're a small person, maybe 15,000. If they're a bigger person, you could use a lot more. And depending on what's going on, I mean, if they've got some brain fog or they're highly inflamed or their immune system is down or their nervous system is shot like what mine was, you need more. You need to take more.
And depending on where you live, if you're look at the map of the United States, if you're midway up the United States as far as north and south goes, all the way up to Canada, you're going to need vitamin D most of the year. In Canada, where we live at the latitude that we're at, we get the proper amount of sunshine 6 weeks of the year. So, we're sitting at needing that 15,000 for 6 weeks of the year, and then we could probably take in 50,000 units for the rest of the year.
And depending on your skin color too. If you've got darker skin, you're not going to absorb as much vitamin D from the sun because typically people with darker skin are coming from very hot areas, right? They're not like us white people that are coming more from the north. So that's another thing. So if you've got darker skin and you're living in the north, then even those 6 weeks, you're not getting enough. So, it's just something to think on. And then I would bet our next slide is the K, because when you take vitamin D, you need a little bit of K. There it is. So I would, if I told someone that they needed 20,000, which would be 4 of the D3 5, you only need 1K. And guess what? when I feel like I'm burning the candle at both ends, which has been a lot lately, I start taking the D350. And I'll probably take anywhere from 5 to 10 in a day, and I still only need 1K. So you don't need a whole lot of the K, but it creates strong bones. It improves bone health. It prevents heart disease, enhances healthy skin, promotes brain function, reduces inflammation, supports mineral, let's get that one out, absorption, and improves blood circulation.
Right on. And then let's move to the next slide. It is one of my most favorite products. And so, and even the second slide is about the nebulizing of the iodine. So we did talk about the nebulizing already, but let's give a shout out to the infinite iodine that Dr. Darrell Wolfe has come across. It is an essential daily nutrient. It is the only pure iodine on the market. The gentleman that made it has been researching and working with iodine since the mid 1980s and getting patents since the mid 1980s. So Dr. Darrell Wolfe certainly does attract in the right people. This is going to help balance out your thyroid. It's going to disinfect wherever you put it in the body with its natural antiviral properties. It's going to help with cellular generation and cellular regeneration. So making brand new cells and helping to regenerate the ones we've got. Building the skeletal system and nervous system, supporting the brains, organs, glands, skin, nail, hair, connective tissue generation and regeneration, heals your eyes, your ears, your lungs, your vaginal canal. We put this everywhere, don't we, Lorraine?
Exactly, exactly. And I just want to point out one thing. It says cellular generation and cellular regeneration. Did you know that when a new cell is coming, it actually replicates the cell that's dying? So if that dying cell is in an unhealthy state, that new one is replicating that. So the trick is to get the cellular health up while it's before it dies. So this is one of the profound things that this does.
Right. Oh, great. Let's flip to the next screen. And like I said, we've already chatted about the nebulizing, but a fabulous way to get the infinite iodine into your system, into the eyes and into those brain tissues. What you see there is the 4-ounce kit with a few little tools there to help you measure it out. That little straw will measure out 1 milliliter at a time. And then there's a little glass there to measure it out. If anyone is falling in love with iodine or you're dealing with a little bit more of a chronic situation, you could be actually just shooting an ounce and a half, do it a half an ounce at a time, 1 to 3 times a day. So this iodine, because it's been made stable in distilled water, there's no toxic load. You can baby step into it and then really load your body up, and it's going to be able to function like it's never functioned before for you.
Yeah. When I hosted Darrell here, I was definitely burning the candle at both ends. And Darrell said, Lorraine, you need to start taking the iodine and really thumping it. Like you need an ounce a day. So I cracked open a 16 ounce and I was taking an ounce a day. And what a difference. What a difference. Like I said, it, you get busy sometimes. And even though we know this stuff, we still just take the sprays. It's like, okay, come on, smarten up. You can take more than that, especially when you're not feeling, when you're feeling like you're dragging your butt and your feet are heavy. Now, I didn't come down with a cold or anything like that, but I was definitely feeling like I needed a boost. And the infinite iodine, it made a world of difference. And there it is, just at your fingertips, right?
I'll even use it as a part of my dental care because every once in a while, maybe something will get a little bit caught, and I'll get it out with with a toothpick or something. But then something will be hurting, and so I'll literally just spray some in my mouth, enough to jiggle it around and slosh that iodine in underneath the tooth. You only have to do that a couple times and you don't have a pain anymore, right? So yeah, I think we should get Nat to make up a slide that's just like that hot sauce. We put that
Everywhere.
everywhere. Yeah.
And here's another one that we use a lot of too.
Yeah.
The silver bullet solution spray and gel. So just know that the gel is more potent than the solution. And the big bottle, the 32 ounce, a lot of people are drinking an ounce a day just because it is such an amazing product. And other people are just either spraying it in their mouth, in their eyes, yeah, on anything topical. It's a pure nano silver infused with a 1,000-volt lightning bolt. Wow.
It's been terrified, people.
Nature's most powerful antioxidant. Antiviral, antifungal, antibacterial, anti-parasitic. It promotes faster wound healing. So anytime you have a child comes in and they've got a boo-boo, you can spray that stuff on there to help it heal even quicker. It rebuilds and accelerates tissue growth and stem cells. So another reason why you want to be drinking it, especially if your age is after 35, because that's when our stem cells start to plummet. Reverses skin irritations and infections. It's great for your eyes, your ears, your nose, your lungs, your vaginal healing. Like we said, this is another product that we put everywhere. It relieves eye irritation. So you could spray it in your eyes, just like the nanofulvic drops you can drop in your eyes. The infinite iodine you can spray in your eyes too. I had contact. I was trying out contacts and I wasn't very good at taking them out. And I was struggling taking one out and I could not take it out. It just wouldn't come out. And then I thought, well, whatever, maybe it dropped out. Maybe I just missed it falling on the floor. Well, the next day, my eye was swollen. I was on like the eyelid underneath the eyeball. It was red, swollen, and it was just because I was digging at it so much. And my daughter said, Mom, you better get to the eye doctor. What if it's stuck behind your eye? And I thought, okay. So I went to the eye doctor and they put some kind of a wash in there and they checked and no, it's not there. It must have fallen out. But he gave me a prescription to use. And I walked to this eye doctor because it was just in the neighborhood. And as I was walking home, I called Daryl and I said, can I use the silver gel in my eye? Because the stuff that he had given me was a gel. And Daryl, he didn't look at me, but he paused for a second and said, who am I talking to? You know, of course you can. And really, one day of putting the silver gel right in my eye, several times a day, every single time I thought about it, by evening, the swelling was down, the irritation was down, everything looked normal.
Yeah, and that's a good lesson, right? Instead of just putting in once and thinking, oh, well, that didn't work, put it in several times, right? We get so conditioned from our previous life and the medical and oh, just take one pill and they'll shut everything down. Well, we don't want to do that. We actually want to connect. We want to put things in several times because it's a little bit more gentle. So we're going to put it in several times. But by the end of the day, it was taken care of. So that's fabulous, Lorraine.
Yeah.
We are coming up on an hour already. So if you want to just take time to flip through, let's go find the belly button therapy tool because that's going to tag you back into the current sale that we've got going on. And then I think we should call her a day and then we'll remind everybody what all is in the sale. So if you can go,
Okay,
I
stop sharing for a second here.
you stop sharing there for a while. Let me tell you what number it is. It's quite a ways. Oh, where did I lost it as well? It's 66. If you can head for 66, let's talk about the belly button therapy, and then we'll wrap it up for the day. I love doing the belly button therapy laying in my bed, because that helps me to stay calm. And I know Lorraine has shared before, if anyone's having trouble doing the belly button therapy, this is because, or part of the reason could be if we had any sort of issues with mom. And who the heck doesn't have a few little issues with mom that we've left sitting in our soul, right? Because the umbilical area was our connection with our mother. So if we're trying to do the belly button therapy and we're sort of avoiding that could be some of those leftover emotions left sitting in those tissues. So I like laying down in bed, and I like taking a breath, and I like doing my belly button therapy along with my breath. There we go. Lorraine's a rock star. And I like doing the 5 or 7 minutes directly in the belly button. And then you know what? I take my belly button therapy and I go all over my abdomen, and I check out any lumps or bumps, and I give them a good workout. I stay in my breath, and I'm able to go really, really deep and really have my check-in with myself time.
Yeah. So underneath your underneath your belly button is a gland that's connected to over 70,000 nerve endings. This is where we were connected to our mom. When you can stimulate 70,000 nerve endings, you're going to have more mobility, more stability, more flexibility. So you can, before you even do your belly button therapy, you can do a few twists this way and that way, and just notice where you're feeling the tugs and pulls, where the tightness is, and then, see how far you can touch the floor, and then do your 5 to 7 minutes. I like to do 7 to 10 minutes. I don't time it anymore. I just count. I just know that if I count 80 and I do my circle, I've got a good, depending on how quick I was doing that and how fast I was counting. And when you do your belly button therapy, you do want to slow it down to your heartbeat. This is not a race. So yeah. When you stimulate those 70,000 nerve endings, like I said, you get more stability, more mobility, more flexibility. You also create more dopamine, serotonin, endorphins, and
Dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins.
yeah, yeah.
You go.
Those are our happy hormones. So it pushes the body into the parasympathetic nervous system. Now, I don't know if you know this, but the parasympathetic nervous system is the only place the body heals. It does not heal when you're running from that paper tiger. So just know, if you're not bringing your body back to the parasympathetic nervous system, I don't care what you're taking, what you're doing, what you're eating, you are not healing. So it is vital that you do something, including the belly button therapy, to bring the body back into that parasympathetic nervous system. So it's going to help you lose weight and increase energy. It reverses stress, anxiety, tension, and pain. Natural health's most powerful parasympathetic strategy. Like I said, it improves the vagal tone. Get into the parasympathetic state. It loosens your gut, your neck, and your shoulders. So when you're stimulating all those nerve endings, yes, it's going to go everywhere in the body. It stimulates the gut and the brain connection. Our gut sends more signals to the brain than the brain does to the gut. So those little guys down there, they're really important. It triggers the release of the dose, the dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. There you go. And if you don't know how to do the belly button therapy, you can go into the library. So DocaDetoxLibrary.com and look at the do-it-yourself healing. And I believe it's also in internal, external therapies. So you'd be able to find a video so you can watch to see. And when you buy one, there is a little pamphlet that kind of goes over the motions.
There you go, people. So just to wrap this up, Currently, we have a sale on in the store. It's called Cultivate Your Garden Sale. And you're going to be able to get all these self-care items. Just like we mentioned before, Skin Brush, Fresh and Clean, Beyond Beauty Mist, Beyond Beauty Cream, and then the addition of the clapper, the belly button that we just reviewed, the enema bucket, and the coffee. And that sale is 30% off, and it's going to last until July 17th. So dive into these self-care and self-loving items, and let's up your connection with yourself. What else should we review? Should we talk about the next course? What else should we review before we say goodbye to our lovely Bravehearts?
Oh, you know what? Let's,
That's the other slideshow. That's okay.
no,
Uh,
let's just go right here, right here, right
okay.
here. Slideshow.
Okay. I keep clicking back onto Facebook and it just is a flood of hearts. So people keep loving us. So thank you very much, Bravehearts, for being out there. Thanks for posting your questions. Just know that you matter. So your questions matter. So let's bring them up.
Yeah. So I thought we, just touch on that Ultimate Healing Guide. If you haven't gotten your copy, go to pdgfree.com and download your free copy. This is an amazing book that you should just treasure all the information in there. It should be your Bible for health and healing, for how the body works. And if you're like me and you like a hard copy, then you're going to go to docofdetox.com store and purchase it from there, $95. If you try to print this off at a print place like Staples, it would be, I'm sure, $100. I looked at our little pelvic course one, and I priced it out at Staples, and they wanted $110 for 85 pages. So
We've talked to people, we've talked to people and they have said it was over $400 to print this manual off. Yeah.
yeah.
It's beautiful enough to sit on your coffee table, and that's the way Dr. Dara Wolf wanted it. So yeah, if you can go into the store and buy it for the $95, do that, because just take that PDF and go to your local printer and see what they'll do for you, and they'll be like, sure, we'll take $450 off of you, no problem.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, the better case scenario is spend the $95. You are more than worth it. Your family will love it. You'll love it. Any friends that come over, you can point out things, if they've got earaches or if they got tummy aches or any aches or any conditions, just look it up.
Yeah, that's right. All right, love. So what do we want to do for the final?
Well, I think we should go over the BHN app really, really quick.
Yep.
We are still looking for beta testers. So the BHN app is up and running, but it's in the beta stage. So anybody who's got good eyes and good ideas, please hop on board. You can go to bhnapp.com and get yourself into the app and start clicking and see what you find. Notice what you like, notice what you don't like, and give us your ideas.
Yeah. And notice what's not working, right? Because we want this perfected when we go to put it out for people. So we definitely need people to go in there and literally just click on everything. And does it do what it says? Is it taking me to where it says it's taking me? So we just needs a bunch of people with their eye on the ball and just to click on every single thing. We want this perfected, and we would just love for our Braveheart Nation to come alongside us and to help us get it ready for everybody else out there that doesn't already know about us.
And just a quick mention about the DoD 5-Star Healing and Training Center. Come stay with us, come learn with us, come play with us. You can go to dod5star.com to learn more. And you can always give Dr. Wolf a call at 1-855-900-4544, extension 5. And I'm just going to flip through that. There you go. We're almost there. to rise to your full potential, you need to learn to fly, which means first love yourself. And when you fly, you rise. You rise.
You know what, Lorraine, I had myself on the wrong screen, so just to have me apologize here for a minute. Yep, Michelle's been helping post information. Ollie, how many things do we need to use to be healthy? I feel like there's so much we have to do. It's confusing and I don't know what to start with. I don't blame you, love. It can seem very confusing and everybody you talk to might have a slightly different opinion. So we like to start with real basics of detoxing with the tea. It's going to help all your detox organs slightly detox, nice and gentle. And then we use the humic and fulvic products in the black diamond and the black gold. So you know what, love, just start there, dive into your library, keep learning, keep showing up online, keep asking your questions, because this has been made as simple enough so that an 8 or 9-year-old can read the information and understand and move forward. So sorry about that, Ollie. I was on the wrong part of my screen, but I'm glad we got your question caught there. Always feel free to reach out to Dr. Jara Wolf, but Lorraine and I are also available on the toll-free line 855-900-4544 extension 0, and they'll be able to get you to the right person. And yeah, I'm just going to quickly scroll through here. I think that's it. Thank you, Bravehearts, for chiming in and adding in those websites as necessary. Magdalena, Michelle Tufton, lots of people that were just chatting back and forth and saying hi. Hello, Tammy Gonzalez. Thank you very much, Donna Fenwick and Denise. All right, I think that's everybody. All right, so let's continue with wrapping her up there, Lorraine.
Now, another thing, it was Holly. She could do, if I were you, I would consider getting a perfect day consultation. That's a good stepping stone. Because when you've got a guide to help you out, and we get your health history, we build a plan specific for you, and then we come together with you and spend an hour. And I would say most of my consults right now are about an hour and a half. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, well worth it, well worth it. And then you've got lifetime support with the Doc of Detox. You've got 6 weeks with your consultant. And I have never turned anybody away after 6 weeks. If you're with me, and I'm sure Sandra's the same, I'm pretty sure we're all the same. If you 6 months, 8 months later still have some questions, you know what? Your questions matter. If you've got somebody who is your consultant, then reach out to them. Yeah. And
Certainly.
together we truly are stronger, and we are building a Braveheart Nation. And thank you for joining the Braveheart Nation and being part of this amazing community.
All right, there's her Braveheart oath. Would you like me to read this time?
Yes, you can do it.
Wonderful. All right. Thank you everybody for being out there. We're really happy to come together. And like the previous slide said, together we're stronger. So let's stay connected. I'm excited for the Braveheart app so that we can have even more interaction with people. So let's take a breath, everybody, and let's everybody say this together. Ready? I am love. I am healed. I am Braveheart. Today and every day, from the moment I rise until I gently close my eyes, I will always trust, honor, respect, protect, forgive, and totally love myself first and foremost before anyone else or anything else. So help me God, because I am, I can, I am love, I am healed, I am Braveheart. Take care, everybody. 3, 2, 1.
We've got this. Thank you for joining us. Have a brilliant day, afternoon, evening, wherever you are.